Hello, my name is David. I'm with SpawnConsulted.com, and in this video I'm going to give spa owners 4 tips that they need to know about their website. So tip number one. Tip number one is I highly recommend that you know your backend access to your website so you could quickly and easily log in, update your website, make any changes, post specials, post deals, post videos, anything that you need to update quickly and easily. I highly recommend that you have back access to your website so you could do that mostly on a daily basis. If you need to post deals, maybe your facials not busy today, maybe you want to give them clients 30% off on daily deals, anything. If you still need to chase down your web developer or your web designer to make those changes, your website is probably outdated and needs to be changed. And the platform that I highly recommend if you're gonna change your website or you want to find out more about it, the platform that we use and most of our clients use is WordPress. WordPress is really easy to use. You just log into your backend, make any changes just like you probably would do it in Microsoft Word. You make the changes. You just need a little bit knowledge where and how to do it. It's we teach them, or you could find that easily, a lot of tutorials on YouTube of how to use WordPress and where to make those changes. Again, it's really easy. You don't need to know any of HTML, any programming. It's really, again, easy. And it's free, not really. I'll explain why. And you could have world-class website if you use the WordPress platform. Again, I highly recommend that your website is updated, up to date. You have access to the back end, and the platform that I could recommend that your website is run on is WordPress. And welcome to tip number 2. In tip number 2, I'm going to highly recommend that you have a mobile-friendly website by now. If you don't have a mobile-friendly website by now, Google will not index your website. Meaning, if somebody's searching in your area where your spa is located, or salon located in your area, most likely Google will not even index or gives you a search of the website. And what do I mean by mobile-friendly website? Mobile-friendly website should look completely different when you're looking at the desktop computer to your mobile phone. When you type in your address in your mobile phone, it should look completely different. It should look like any other application that you have either on your iPhone or on Android. It should have a menu. It should be perfectly compatible with the iPhone or the screen of your mobile device. And again, if you're running a WordPress website, good chances are that your website is mobile friendly, so you're good to go. If your website is not mobile friendly by now, it looks exactly the same as it is on your phone, as on your desktop, you must immediately update your website as soon as possible. And that would be my tip number 2. Hello and welcome to tip number 3. In tip number 3, you need to have a fast uploading website, special on all mobile devices. If your website doesn't load fast on mobile devices, chances are Google will not rank you, almost not rank you sometimes at all, if you have a very slow uploading website, especially again on all the mobile devices. So I highly recommend to check your website speed, make sure it loads quickly. If it's not loading quickly, then you need to change your hosting company. We used cloud hosting, which worked fantastic for us. So I do recommend to have cloud hosting. Check your website speed, make sure it loads up and quickly. You could think of ranking like almost like a race. If somebody else's site will load quicker than yours, chances are they're gonna come up in a search much higher than you. So that's my tip number 3. Hello and welcome to tip number 4. In tip number 4, I'm going to recommend that you have an SSL certificate for your website. Some people say HTTPS, but it's all the same thing. It really shows Google that you're serious about your website, especially if you sell certificates or you sell any products. I highly recommend that you have an SSL certificate or HTTPS before your URL. Instead of HTTP. Again, Google, I believe, takes HTTPS or sites with SSL certificate more seriously than the sites without it. So in tip number 4, I highly recommend that your site has a secure certificate called SSL Certificate. So let's recap. So tip number 1, in tip number 1, I suggested that you have a backend access to your website so you could quickly and easily log in, make any changes to your content, whether it's pricing, pictures, videos, or anything that you want to post. In tip number 2 is you have to have, it's almost a must, have a mobile friendly website. And in tip number 3 is you gotta have a fast loading website. And in tip number 4, you have to have a SSL certificate. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it. It does show Google that you're serious about your website and your website is secure. If you haven't subscribed, please do underneath. I'm going to try to update videos, maybe try to do it once a week. If not, maybe sooner, maybe later, anything that I will find and it will benefit any spa owners or salon owners that will find my information valuable. So please subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.